About to get into a conversation that you would be very interested in, especially the up-and-coming artists, as well as the already established ones. How do you get your song to blow outside Ghana? And if you're looking like Europe, for instance, what are the things you need to do? What songs do DJs look out for when they get behind the turntable outside Ghana? I've got DJ Slim coming all the way from the UK, already seated, looking fly. Slim, what's good?
Yes, boss. Yes, boss.
Yourself? I'm good.
Nice one.
I like your beard, man. Beard gunk.
It's a one-off.
It's a one-off, I know.
I am the only one in the family who is going.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Only person in the family who is here. Then your people are just like me. Charlie, you're welcome. How long have you been around?
Oh, it's been about 7 days.
7 days. And how many months ago?
I've got about 3 days to go.
You actually came for a quick U-turn.
Just a quick U-turn and I'm gone.
For real.
You know how the system is like. You have to turn around.
Real quick. So how's work, back in the UK?
I'm a part-time, I'll say I'm a part-time DJ because it's not a full-time thing that I do. But the DJ aspect is kind of tricky in a way.
Tricky?
Very tricky.
Wow.
Because at the moment, the music that is coming out, I think personally, the Nigerians are burning it.
Nigerians are burning it. Like,
especially,
so to speak, they are leading it.
They are leading it. They've taken way ahead of us. Gone are the days when Nigerians will kind of do a copy of R&B. Now, if we bring something out, they jump on it. And what do you see next? They are way ahead of us.
So they take our own thing,
our own thing, polish it, then they are gone. Because even if I'm playing at a club, I play at Gold Coast in Croydon.
Okay.
And even you get a Nigerians coming, and all they request is Nigerian music. Even if you play like 4 tracks of Nigerian music,
they still request some more Nigerian music.
Jump onto our tracks. We'll come to you, the DJ, and say, can you please play more Nigerian music? So,
and as a Ghanaian DJ, what do you do?
As a Ghanaian DJ, I tend to push my own.
Okay.
Because one night, I'll give you an example. One night, I was just pushing the Ghanaian music. A lady came to me, can you play Nigerian music? And I turned around and said, if I go to your clubs, I never hear none of my music. If I do hear it, it's just a collabo with a Nigerian artist. But for you guys to play Ghanaian music, they don't. The next minute I saw she picked up her bag and walked out.
For real?
Yeah.
Like so that's protest.
That's how bad it is. But sometimes I blame ourselves because the Nigerians will come to the club and don't spend. So maybe the owner will ask you to
favor them.
Yeah, play a bit so they can buy more stuff. And we the Ghanaians, even if you play some of our tracks, they'll come and they'll be just sitting down and looking at you. And they only
so it's our attitude. It's our attitude. Do you have Ghanaians also coming to you requesting that you play Ghanaian songs?
Not much. They only jump on the ones they know, and the ones they don't know, forget it. You just play it and even if a DJ this is a good song that you're trying to push until it hits and everyone is jumped on it.
Then they will jump to it. But the Nigerians don't do that. Once they walk in, they come in straight to you.
Sometimes you'll be playing, they'll just come and put something in your hand for you to play more of their songs.
Wow. So that puts you in a fix, isn't it?
It does. Big time it does.
So how do songs eventually get to blow? Our songs, I mean. How do they eventually get to blow?
I think it's more
all these challenges.
More of the quality-wise and the promotion-wise. With the Nigerians, especially when I hear a Ghanaian music, maybe a fellow DJ has done in his mix, and I try to get it. Maybe I try to Shazam or something. It won't come up. any Nigerian song that Shazam,
It will come up.
it will just pop up, which is really bad.
And what makes it so? Is it the quality?
It's not the quality. I don't think our artists are pushing it. They are not putting it on most of the platforms.
Okay.
Because if you put it on the platform,
It will show.
it will show up. And it's really bad. Sometimes you have to sit behind YouTube and try and guess the title of the song because it's in someone's mix. You've not got a playlist. You guess the title of the one and try and
look
search
for
on
it.
YouTube or Spotify or iTunes or something. And it's tiring. Very tiring.
Crazy. But
Right.
eventually some do blow.
Some do blow. The ones that blow, you get a Ghanaian community jumping on it.
Wow.
Especially Bless, when he blew. Bless came, it was in my folders for 2 years. I've heard it.
Chocho Mucho was in your folders for 2 years.
It was in my folders for 2 years.
Were you playing it or it was just there?
Yeah, I do play it.
Okay,
but
you do
never
play it.
had the vibe. The crowd never had a vibe for it.
Okay.
Until those two ladies did
The video.
the video, and that was it.
So now the vibe
Now
is there for
it's
it.
there. Very, very played. It's
Which
just-
other songs are big there now?
At the moment, the young guys are well known. Kwame Eugene, Kidi, Isiata, and the lot. They are just blowing it.
They are, how about the already established ones? Are big boys?
Our big boys is a bit difficult.
Really?
It's a bit difficult.
Even after they've established their careers,
Yes. It's a bit-
what's making it difficult?
With that, personally, I think because we've kind of moved from a different genre, the hip life, high life, and now the young ones are coming
The
up.
Afro.
Yeah, they are more of the Afro style. So even the young ones, all the kids that are born in the UK, most of the kids that are in the UK, when the Afrobeat come, they will even come and tell you the DJ what song
It's
is
banging.
banging.
For real.
Yeah. Because the social media is kind of helping them a lot. Gone are the days when a musician will do a track and give it to a DJ, and the DJ will pump it out on the radio station before it becomes a hit. This way gone.
Now, back here at home, some of the DJs get, direct contact to the artists. They get motivation, they get to speak with them. Sometimes they even bring the songs to the DJs themselves. Now, with you out there, with next to zero or about 10% of interaction with these artists, does it sometimes make it difficult for you to decide to push a certain new artist because you are not in contact with the person, you don't get to speak with the person, they might not even be able to appreciate what you do? Do some of all these things play against you helping them?
It doesn't, personally, it doesn't with me.
It doesn't
Because
with you.
most of my mixes that I do, I tend to put mixes on SoundCloud, and I tend to push the new ones.
Okay.
So maybe when I hear a new track, I just put it down and wait for the next 3-4 months. I'll gather all the new tracks that comes in, then do a mix on it, then send it out.
All new tracks and send it
then
out.
maybe add 1 or 2 old ones and send it out. So with me, I personally, no artist, I'm not associated to any artist, but I tend to do my own mix and push it out.
And do they sometimes chance on your mixes and then get in touch with you?
No.
Hardly.
I know Kiddie Music listen to my tracks, my mixes on SoundCloud anytime I put something there.
Right.
But apart from that, I've not seen any.
You've not seen any. Whether or not they listen, you don't know.
I don't know. I know those who listen.
You know
because
those who listen.
I've subscribed to SoundCloud, so it tells you where
And who is listening.
and who is listening. So I kind of check most of the time.
Even when they come down to the UK for shows, they don't meet
No.
up with you and all.
Yeah, they've got the top DJs who they kind of roll. We've got DJ Sawa, you've got
Okay.
Fifi, you've got Alodia. So there are some other ones that they know really much that they roll with. So yeah, they.
Now let's talk about radio airplay. When the songs blow in the club or at the events like you guys push, do they reflect on radio airplay over there, or is a whole different ball game altogether? You could be banging in the clubs, but the radio hasn't recognized you yet.
I hardly listen to radio back home.
Okay.
Because one, I haven't got the time. I go 8 to 5. I'm home. I'm getting ready for the next morning. And maybe if I've got a chance to listen to radio, most of the time I tune in radios in Ghana because I need to know what's trending and what's banging.
Okay.
Then I listen to, sometimes when I'm at work, I try to sneak an earpiece in and listen to you guys on the new artists that you guys interview. Then that's where I pick.
So that's how you update and pick your
myself
materials
up.
from.
Yeah.
And then from there you use it.
Yeah, and we've got a platform as well.
Okay.
The DJs platform in UK. So what we tend to do, most of the DJs, when they hear of a track, they bring it there because our one of our aims is to push our artists over there.
Right.
Because the Nigerians and the other countries are doing it and they are getting somewhere. So we're trying to, most of the time, even if someone does a mix, they kind of they criticize the mix and say, oh, you need to put more of our artists in your mixes.
In the mix and all.
It goes out there.
So it's to promote our artists and also to keep you guys in check.
Correct.
How about Ghanaians living in the UK doing music? Is it easier for them to blow because they live there and they do music there, or is it still as difficult as this place?
It is as difficult as this place.
Really?
Yeah, I've got few friends, but you hardly hear them here. But we kind of, anytime we play our shows and stuff,
you put them on.
Yeah, put them on.
Even in the UK, staying there, doing music there, it's still difficult to blow.
It's a bit difficult.
It's a bit difficult. What makes it so? Is it that the market there still listens to us back home for the hit songs?
Yeah, I think the market there mostly listens to you guys here.
To know the songs that are big here, then they take it there.
Yeah.
So if you do music there and you want to blow easily, would you advise as a DJ that you come down and do promotion here, blow from here before you get back there?
If you tried and it's not blown, I think try and come and
promote
it, change it a bit. I mean, if you do something and you know it's not going right, you change your style a bit and say, if you do it the other way, it's going to blow for you.
How is Quams and Flavor doing now?
Quams and Flavor, they are big.
They're still big.
They're still big. If it comes, the young ones picks, they do.
Oh, so they're still big.
Yeah.
Fuso DJ, he's still there, but at the moment, he's
in
relaxed.
UK, he's a bit quiet in the UK.
He's a bit quiet.
I think he's more. We tend to hear him more here because I think he's more here than the UK.
How about Stormzy?
Stormzy is one of the guys blowing it. The Ghanaian guys blowing it. But you see, they've got their own style.
Right.
Those kids have got their own style of music, UK style of music, the grime and the other stuff. But so the young ones are picking on those within those circle of artists in the UK, Ghanaian born guys
in the UK. Yeah.
They've got their own.
They have their own style of music, which is different from what we do here.
It's way different from what we do here.
Wow.
It's not Afrobeat. It's more of the grime stuff. The kids are jumping on it. I hardly listen to it, so I'm not really into.
Yes, but the kids listen to that.
Oh yes.
And they make a lot of waves with that one.
Yeah, they are. When you go to YouTube and look at their views, you get amazed. Crazy.
And you're making money from the DJing over there?
Yeah, I'm a, what do you call it? I'll say a mobile DJ because I tend to play at events, either weddings, birthday parties, or other.
Wherever the job takes you.
Yeah.
Once it has to do with DJing, you're good.
Even when I'm returning on the Sunday. Sunday afternoon, I've got a gig. I try to put it off, but the lady says no.
So demand is high.
Demand is high.
DJ Slim in the building.
Demand is high.
Right, so we're talking to DJ Slim. I'm going to invite Chief Charles and Dada Hafko and Mike Yamwa to wade into this conversation. And then I wrap up with DJ Slim. Chief.
Yeah, no.
Slim is saying that, Charlie, you still have to blow here before they recognize you there. And it's kind of funny. You are already in the system there. It should be easy for you to blow. The DJs know you. The event organizers know you. You know the guys organizing the events that will put you on bill to perform and all that. But you still have to travel all the way here.
Yeah.
And blow.
It's always the case.
Really?
Yeah, it's always the case.
Why is it so?
And time and again, we've seen artists. One express example is Kogolo. You know, who had to come back home and begin to blow from here, if you like, begin to pick up from here. I think it's easier for them to recognize you there when you started out from here. I think one reason is that they tend to always look back home to see what's trending home, so that they will just take it hook, line, and sinker and
plug it into their system.
See, one of the things that happens to you when you sojourn for a long time is that you tend to miss home. And so in trying to keep in touch with home and still have a feeling of home, rather than trying to find your information and stuff where you are, they tend to look back home. And I remember I have an auntie in the UK, still in the UK. A couple of years ago, she came back and she bought, at the time CDs were still in vogue. She bought almost 1,000 CDs worth of Ejako's movies. At the time, it was huge. She bought all that and sent it there. Not that she was going to sell.
Just to watch.
Just to watch. And these things give them a feeling of home. Because the jargons we use here, the food, the settings,
the
connection, it gives them a nostalgic feeling because they have missed home. So yes, I tend to agree with him when he says that they look back here to see those who are blowing, because they know that, look, if someone blows from here, they have a local vibe that they take into their society. So yes, it is very advisable that even when you are there, and that's what I think Fuse is doing now. Fuse now connects more to home, so that you can pick up local vibes that you can place on their platform. And again, it always brings something new to them. So for me, I'm not surprised. But the real issue I want to touch on is the grim revelation that Nigerians will always go forward, whether they are promoters or ordinary people, they would always go forward to have their own, their songs played at events. Whether it's a Ghanaian event or a Nigerian event, they will still want
is their songs.
It is a nature and a character of Nigerians that I think some way, somehow, we have to begin to adopt. Nigerians are very aggressive wherever they are. They tend to be aggressive and domineering. Matter of fact, if you are not assertive yourself, if you are not confident yourself and you find a Nigerian around you, they will easily dominate you. Easily. Whether they are knowledgeable or not, whether they know about the issue being discussed or they would. But unless you are assertive and self-confident and you know your onions, a Nigerian can easily dominate you. So it is their nature. And you'll be surprised that, look, 1 out of every 5 Africans is a Nigerian. 1 out of every 5 Africans you find everywhere is a Nigerian. So they have the numbers as well. So a number of factors contribute to this attitude that they show, which for me, I think that we also need to adopt. Look at what he's saying, that the lady walked off because you didn't play my song. Nigerians understand pleasure and spending. So like he's saying, when they come to the club or the bar or wherever it is, they would spend. So you tend to do what they want. He who pays the piper costs the tune. So they spend, and that thing, for instance, is also one of the contributing factors to the reason why now housing has become an issue here. Because back in the day, when they come to Ghana, maybe a landlord is offering a house for so much. They come and they offer double. And that's why till date they have even taken over the whole of Tiptoe Lane. Go to Tiptoe Lane. It will, it's as though you are walking somewhere, Lagos. You hear more Nigerian dialects and more Nigerian pidgin than even our own Ghanaian brothers and sisters. attitude if we can push our music. And I know
we're far behind time.
But
Yes.
but it
Wrapping
also
up
falls.
for me, yeah.
It also falls within what I said earlier, that government in a way has to get involved to push an agenda,
Right.
and it has to start from an orientation, a mind orientation. Otherwise, we will lose out on everything.
True. All right, Chief Charles. There you have it. Now, Dada Hafko.
Yeah.
Come and add one or two to what we have discussed. I mean, with the Nigerian attitude, it's not the same as feeling, nostalgic because they've been away for long and they hear you play their songs and they want more of it because they've been away from home for long. The Ghanaian also experiences the same thing, but the way we show it is the difference because they are aggressive. They will come and tell you play it again.
I think it's their nature.
Really?
You see, the Ghanaian kid is always trained to be not talk back, to be very sober and quiet. The Ghanaian kid would always be shut down when he wants to even talk, and it has been with us. So when you put a Ghanaian kid here, you put a Nigerian kid here, you could clearly see the difference. Before Comrade Dumont died, he made a joke. He said he gave a lecture somewhere, and then whilst giving the lecture, I think he sang the Ghana national anthem, he sang the Nigerian national anthem. Then, he made certain pronouncements, and there was a lady there who said, "Oh, we are proud of you. We Nigerians are proud of you." But then he said, "I'm not a Nigerian." And the woman was like, "So how could you be this confident?" Because you see, even in their minds, they know Ghanaians are not confident.
You know, we're timid.
You understand? Yes, they know we are timid people. And that is how we are brought up. You see, when you go to a pub, like when you come to our place, Sakumono, there are lots of Nigerians around there. When you go to a pub, a Nigerian wants to hear a Nigerian song, he comes to talk to you as if he wants to fight with you. Oga, and we come there here, and you understand? He's fighting with you. But a Ghanaian will come and pull you to the side. Charlie, you understand? So our approach and attitude, that is what they have always been winning with. The Nigerians will come in with that firepower. They don't care who is standing. Here, cry ferry. A Ghanaian is shy to even come and tell you, "Bet you what Nancy, oh don't go." But a Nigerian will just get up, come. A Nigerian will cause a stir in an area where there are a lot of people without caring, without minding how it's going to come out.
Is that how it should be?
I mean, if you want to go to heaven, the Bible says you take it by force. So I think if you really want to set an agenda, you need to open fire on it. You need to go all the way for it. And that is what they have been winning with. Ghanaians are not like that. It is typical, it's our nature. And so I think if, like Chief said, if we want it, we need to go harder, extra harder to get it.
Right.
If we want to set an agenda for our music to be playing at our places, we need to actually work hard at it, rather than just always trying to play the cool kid who doesn't want to be embarrassed and things like that. The Nigerian doesn't care if they get embarrassed. I know a Nigerian who got up from home without one Ghana in his pocket, went straight to a garage, spoke to the people, have a tell-a-tell with the people. The people gave him a Range Rover with just a DV. He came back with huge money. You know why? Because the people looked at his appearance, the car he's using and everything. He was able to convince them to take some money from them. So it is something they are good at that. So I think if we want to win over them, we would have to double work at it.
Right.
No. I want to add this quickly.
Please, quickly.
Rather than perhaps, is it not a matter of maybe the Ghanaian being a bit too polite? Rather than to say that we're timid or something. Maybe we're a bit too polite. But in this particular case, we're lagging behind. And for me, I think that it is an orientation. There has to be an orientation, and there's no better person to do this one than a government agenda. And
it
this
has to start from the basic.
It has to start from the basic.
Instilling
Instilling confidence in the Ghanaian, personality, the Ghanaian way of doing things. Because you see, you cannot all of a sudden cause a seismic shift of your culture and your tradition and the way you have been brought up. In fact, there is a history that says that when the British earlier on came here, rough and rugged people were sent to Nigeria and the more polite people to Ghana. I don't know whether it's a joke or whether there's a truism in it. So obviously the Ghanaian temperament and temperature is much quieter. If you entered Lagos, it's as if you're in some war zone.
Yeah.
Everybody, look, including a 78-year-old lady,
Everything
push you
moves faster.
off a bus entrance and enter.
Yeah.
And when you dare complain, you ask, oh boy, wait till you come to sleep here. Yeah, are you coming to sleep here? No, and even even when you are knocked down by a car, people say God punish you. So you know, so it's a fast-paced society. So when they come to when they come to Ghana, they find our country so slow.
That is why they are here plenty.
That's why because they know that look, our countries. But you see, it is not helping us. It is not helping us. Some way, somehow, there has to be an orientation. Not that you should be aggressive, but you have to be assertive. There has to be some kind of instilling confidence in the Ghanaian identity and the Ghanaian way of doing things.
Right. Thank you. All right. So Slim, how do we get in touch with you? Yeah, social media.
I'm on Instagram, DJ Slim
DJ Slim.
_M.
Okay.
And I'm on SoundCloud, same DJ Slim _M.
Okay.
I'm not on Facebook.
You're on Facebook. DJ Slim _M. SoundCloud and on Twitter.
On Instagram.
On Instagram.
Yeah.
Are you on Twitter?
I'm not.
DJ Slim. Anyway, any shouts you'd love to give?
St. Paul's 92-year group and the Telema Boys back in the UK.
Right.
And also to who else?
Your wife.
My Dex crew. That's the Dex crew. They know themselves. And my missus who does cakes here.
Okay.
Mini cakes.
Okay.
Lady Menzo. So if you want any cakes, just Instagram Lady Menzo.
Right.
Please know that she's here at the moment.
Oh, Lady Menzo.
Yeah.
Is Naki part of it? Hi, DJ Slim. Big up yourself. Thanks for coming through.
Thanks, yeah.
Nice. Okay. Showbiz Agenda still continues. Time for us to do judgment board, and DJ Cos is here.